Hello guys, mabuhay! Welcome back again to my video reaction guys. First of all, thank you for everyone for like and subscribing and watching and supporting in my video reaction guys. Thank you very much guys. And don't forget to please like and subscribe in my video and my channel guys. Thank you very much, and you can also follow me in my Instagram guys. Thank you very much. Without further ado, please watch and enjoy the video.
In our technological modern world, it's almost impossible to go as far as the local grocery store without being recorded on a surveillance system. From businesses to offices, homes and schools, most heavily trafficked areas are littered with cameras meant to observe malicious individuals committing crimes, or preferably to deter them from committing a crime in the first place. The idea of cameras in public spaces, and especially in your home, are meant to make you feel safe. That even if you're not always watching yourself and your loved ones, something is. Security cameras can make us confident, perhaps overly so, that no harm can come to us when under their gaze. But what happens when someone doesn't care that their wrongdoings are being recorded? What if they do not notice the camera in the first place and therefore remain undeterred? It stands to reason that with the density of today's recording devices, hundreds of thousands of hours of footage have been recorded. The vast majority of this footage is docile and pedestrian in nature. Students on their way to class, mothers walking their children to the store. But buried in this mundane, everyday footage lies some extremely creepy, unnerving clips. Today we'll share 5 creepy events caught on surveillance cameras that may make you question if it's better to play back the footage and see something you cannot forget, or to never check the cameras at all. Hit those lights, sit back, and enjoy. Philip Chisholm. Philip Chisholm is a convicted murderer facing 2 concurrent 40-year prison sentences for armed robbery and rape of his 24-year-old high school math teacher, Colleen Ritzer. Philip is also facing a life sentence for the murder of Colleen, with the possibility of parole after 25 years served. In this footage, we watch Philip as he follows Colleen down an empty, well-lit hallway, stops for a moment outside a classroom, ducks inside, then exits with his hood donned and continues stalking. Philip then stops outside the woman's bathroom Colleen has entered, pulls gloves from his pocket, puts them on and steps inside. Once inside, Philip corners Colleen, wherein the robbery, rape and subsequent murder occur. After committing these heinous crimes, Philip, now wearing a ski mask and missing his hoodie, loads Colleen's body into a tall rubbish bin and calmly walks down the hall, bin in tow, occasionally glancing left and right to presumably check for witnesses. Colleen was found only meters away from the school in which she worked, dumped in a patch of trees. After this brutal rape and murder, Philip emerged from the woods covered in blood and headed to the cinema to see a show, using Colleen's credit card to purchase his ticket. After discovery of the body and notification of police, the surveillance footage was brought to their attention. Philip was brought in for questioning and placed under arrest. He narrowly avoided life in prison, due to him being a minor, 14, at the time of the crime. Colleen's murder shattered her family and students, as she was known to be compassionate, empathetic, patient, and well-loved by all those who knew her. How and why Philip could commit such a crime we do not know, but we hope that he understands the terror and heartbreak he brought into not only Colleen's last moments, but also that of her family, students, and all school staff. A school is a place that's meant to feel safe for both students and staff, and we're glad that this camera footage assisted in Philip's conviction, but wish there was more that could have been done to save Colleen's bright future.
I think for me, maybe he have a, you don't know the people that, yeah, you will see them that they are happy, you have friends with everyone, and they have patience, and you can observe that he's a good student, but you don't know what is happening inside of him. Maybe he have a mental disorder, or maybe he, yeah, he sees something with someone else like that, and he want to experience to do like that, to what feels to do that thing, that bad thing. And I think he planned it. He planned already that everything, because he's watching everything, and he have gloves and mask. So I think he planned it already before. I think he obsessed with this teacher. So I think he have mental disorder. Maybe he get it from the family, from the house, or from his friends, or from the society. The surrounding what he have. So we don't know that it's so scary. Student thinking like that. So it's so scared.
Luca Magnotta. Our second clip shows two young men, Luca Magnotta and Lin Jun, walking into Luca's apartment complex. Both men appear casual as they enter, withholding completely the horrors that were to occur later that evening. After being lured into Luca's apartment under the guise of hanging out and listening to music, Lin was restrained to a chair, stabbed repeatedly with an ice pick, then a kitchen knife, before being murdered and dehumanized by Luca. Lin's body was allegedly cannibalized by Luca, who also coerced his dog into biting at the remains. The true horror of this footage is the calm demeanor with which Luca leads Lin to his apartment, knowing full well the fate that awaits him inside. After committing these heinous crimes, Luca emerges from his apartment wearing Lin's shirt and exits, seemingly unaffected by what he's just done. In one final deplorable act, Luca sent portions of Lin's dismembered remains to local schools and political party headquarters, ostensibly to make sure the crimes were reported and attracted media attention. These acts were all recorded by Luca, who proceeded to release the footage online in an effort to gain notoriety. After several failed attempts in the adult film, documentary, modelling and reality TV industries. In respect of Lin Jun, his family, and for the sake of our viewers, we do not advise you search out this disturbing and scaring footage. This murder has been blamed on several things, including Luca's humiliation in failing in different media industries, and genetic onset schizophrenia. We uphold that there is no excuse for these acts of horrific violence, and hope that Lin's family can find some resemblance of peace in knowing that they raised a smart, friendly young man who is simply looking for companionship in an unfamiliar place.
You see that even your friends, or that's what they say, that don't talk to a stranger, because you don't know what they have, what they are mind thinking. So mostly nowadays, so don't just trust the stranger, because it's so difficult and it's so dangerous. You see like that, looks like they are friends, then afterwards this guy came out wearing his shirt after the incident. So please be careful, everyone, and be aware for a stranger. Don't trust immediately. Trust, but not much, and don't follow whatever people say. So be careful. So beware of the strangers. Not all strangers are bad. I'm just saying, just take care and be careful always.
The Crossbow Cannibal. Self-proclaimed crossbow cannibal Stephen Griffiths is the subject of our next clip. Though short, the dishevelled appearance and inappropriate bravado shown by Stephen is terrifying to say the least. He emerges from his flat after chasing his third confirmed victim, Susanna Blamiers, as she attempted to escape Stephen's frenzied violence. Stephen fires his namesake weapon, a crossbow, striking Suzanne fatally before she could get away. After the killing, Stephen throws up his hands in triumph, brandishing his weapon openly in one hand while flipping off the hallway security camera with the other. The gore itself, including unreleased CCTV footage from this crime and Stephen's other known murders, has not been included. To add to the unsettling nature of his crimes, Stephen was a psychology graduate and PhD student in criminology. This suggests a deep understanding of the conditions that afflicted himself and encouraged his crime spree. Stephen confirmed as much in court, while rambling innately about the grandiosity of his acts and his empathy towards his 3 known victims. Stephen ultimately pled guilty to these crimes, but is suspected of 3 other murders committed during the time of his known crimes.
It is scared enough that he was a psychologist, so he should know about the people, uh, what call this one, going through with the psycho or mental disorder. And he's also a criminologist. It means he's a soldier or a police or whatever. So maybe he takes some drugs, and takes alcohol, so his mind not thinking too much. And I think maybe he have a mental disorder. So he's not just a psychology, he's a psychopath.
The Granny Ripper. Tamara Samsonova, a Russian serial killer responsible for up to and perhaps exceeding 13 murders spanning 2 decades, is seen here in one of her earliest crimes. An unnamed male, 32-year-old tenant renting one of Tamara's spare rooms had an argument with his landlord, causing Samsonova to attack and butcher him. The details of the victim, argument, and method of the murder are either unknown or unreleased by Russian police officials. What is known is the victim was dismembered limb by limb and carried out to the streets in pieces by Samsonova. Samsonova also attempted to cook and eat portions of the body, not likely out of hunger, but out of a complete disrespect and general apathy towards her victim. In the clip, we see her pull unrecognizable pieces of her victim down the stairs and out to the front door of her housing, each piece wrapped in household items such as shower curtains and bedding. Finally, Samsonova walked gingerly down the stairs carrying a stew pot, which contained the victim's partially cooked, detached head. The quality of the footage, combined with Samsonova's advanced age in the clip, make this one of the most disturbing videos we've ever found and covered. The what and why of these crimes are unknown. Like with our earlier clip concerning Luka Magnotta, schizophrenia is blamed outright for much of the violence. However, unlike Luka, Samsonova's crimes appeared more calculated and practical, and less like random bouts of psychosis. Whatever her twisted reasoning, Samsonova murdered several of her tenants over the span of 20 years, and will likely serve out the rest of her life in the mental institution she was placed in 2015. We hope that the families of the unnamed victims are aware of the fate of their loved ones, and are not still searching for them as missing persons. Though terrible news to learn, at the very least, the apprehension of Samsonova and the searching of her apartment provided closure to those who cared for her victims.
You see, it's so scared enough like that, any age, it doesn't matter if it's people doing bad, there's kids that murder another kids, there's a female murdering another female or male, there's a male murdering female or male, there's also an old woman, you see, like this, that you cannot imagine that she can do like that. The old woman, she can do like that to other people, and she butcher it, looks like a pig, butchering it, then she cook it, she's eating it, I think. In my country, in the Philippines, we have an urban legends, we called it aswang, people who's eating body parts of the people. They're cooking it to make it a little bit more good for them. So I don't know if she was one of that, but it's so scary that he's just bring this pot that looks like nothing was happened. That she was just only taking something food, that you cannot imagine that is a part of the head of the people. So it's so scary. You have a neighbors like that, so be aware. Oh my god, it gives me goosebumps.
Midlothian Church murder suspect. Our last clip is creepy for much the opposite reason of the others in this list. The person observed by church surveillance cameras, dressed in falsified police tactical gear and moving with an unnatural and unnerving gait, is suspected of murdering beloved wife and mother, Missy Bevers. In the video, the suspect loiters around and searches throughout the corridors of Creekside Church in Midlothian, Texas. Unlike the other videos we've shared, in which the mountain of information makes an otherwise unassuming surveillance clip haunting, this footage is creepy precisely because we know so little. Due to the full body coverage of the suspect's outfit, their gender, age, race, and even height and weight aren't known to a degree of high accuracy. The only details somewhat fleshed out are that the suspect is somewhere between 5 and 5'7" and wearing confirmed fake police SWAT gear, which appears ill-fitting, based on their flat-footed walk and strange gait. After the released portion of the church footage cuts off, the surreal-looking entity finds and kills Missy Bevers. Though we are withholding details of the method due to the recency of the crime, and in respect for those so deeply affected by the tragedy, there are several specific haunting aspects to the clip, namely the innocent and benign reputation of the victim, the location of the crime, and the veiled identity of the perpetrator. Not only does the crime occur in a church, a place meant to be sacred, housing kind-spirited people intent on helping each other and their community, but additionally the extra precaution of the security cameras proved useless in preventing or solving Missy's murder. Lastly, the motive of the suspect is not known, the assumed randomness of the crime adding another layer of unease. Missy's family and the Midlothian police are still searching for any evidence relating to the crime, and are offering $50,000 reward to anyone that provides a tip leading to an arrest and indictment. If any of our viewers have information that could assist the police and provide some closure for the Bevers family, please inform them through the tip hotline in the description. These creepy videos are a haunting reminder of how precious life can be and how easily we can take every day given to us for granted. Evil does not play by the rules, and often even those who should feel free from harm, teachers, students, mothers and friends, are taken advantage of by those with no respect for human life. Take a moment and appreciate all you have, and keep that in mind day by day.
So that's what this said. Everyone said, you're most afraid than the living people than the ghosts. Because the living people more dangerous than the ghost, because they can do whatever they want. They can take your life in just an instant. So it's so very scared. This person, she killed that woman there inside the church. That church is so sacred. So I think this person is not maybe he possessed with demonic, I don't know, but I'm just saying that he's not scared, he or she, whatever is that murderer, he or she don't care about that place, that he was inside sacred place that called the church. So it's so scary. So you cannot really trust even relatives or even your friends or stranger. I'm not saying you cannot trust your relatives or friends. I'm just saying some of people can do bad things. So it's so very, very scary and creepy. So be careful, everyone. Okay, and take care always. Okay guys, that is the end of our video reaction guys. Thank you very much for watching and joining me in my video reaction guys. Thank you very much guys, and don't forget to please like and subscribe in my video reaction guys, and you can also follow me in my Instagram guys. Thank you very much guys, and for the word of the day, you will never truly be free until you're living in authenticity. Okay guys, thank you very much, and don't forget, please be careful everyone, and God bless. Bye.